Imagine this. You are a citizen of Athens. You were born here. Your father fought for this city, and one morning you are exiled. Not for a crime, not for debt. Instead, your vote is handed to a stranger, someone who arrived yesterday, someone who pays taxes but has no say. Welcome to a democracy where citizenship doesn't guarantee a voice and being an outsider doesn't guarantee powerlessness. Meet the medics, free foreigners living in Athens, traders, craftsmen, scholars. Even Aristotle was a medic. In the 5th century BC, they made up nearly half of Athens' free population. They paid a special tax, the metoikion. They fought in the army, but they had no vote, no political office. They couldn't even own land. They were strangers on their own streets. Athens only remembered them when it needed money for war or more rowers for the fleet. A temporary deal. You pay, you decide. Purely fiscal, purely transactional. Democracy was grateful only as long as it was in need. But the most twisted part, Athens invented a way to punish its own citizens, ostracism. Once a year they decided, is it time to exile someone? If 6,000 votes were cast, you left for 10 years, no trial, no appeal. The reason not always a crime, often just being annoying, too popular, too rich, too smart. The pure tyranny of the majority. Fast forward to 2022. New York City passes a law. Over 800,000 non-citizens with green cards can vote in municipal elections, just like the metics of old. But in 2025, the courts strike it down. The state constitution, they say, limits voting to citizens. The battle rages on. In Los Angeles, council members propose the same. My parents paid taxes for decades, but had no voice. Supporters call it taxation without representation, a tyranny. Opponents call it the right of citizens, a necessity. The ancient Greeks found a compromise. Pay taxes, but only vote in a crisis. Modern America, it's still searching. In San Francisco, non-citizens can vote for school boards. But there's a warning on the website. Your data could be sent to ICE paranoia. In 40 years, there have been fewer than 70 proven cases of non-citizen voting. But the fear of fraud is stronger than the statistics. And what about stripping rights from citizens? In 2026, new mandates require extreme proof of citizenship just to register. Formally a fight against fraud. In reality, millions of citizens risk losing their voice due to bureaucratic delays. In Athens, they called it adamiat, loss of rights. Back then, it was for debt. Today, the debts are higher and the mechanisms are more complex. Socrates was a citizen. He had a vote, and democracy sentenced him to death for corrupting the youth. Aristotle was a medic. He had no vote. He could not participate in politics, yet he created the very classification of political regimes. Who did democracy punish harder? The one who participated, or the one who wasn't even allowed in? There is no answer. Athens showed the world. Democracy isn't about universal rights. It's about who is one of us. And us is always defined by the situation. The medics paid taxes, but had no voice. Non-citizens pay taxes, but have no voice. Athenian citizens lost their voice for being inconvenient. Modern citizens lose theirs. To bureaucracy, question for you. Who is your medic today, and who is the citizen worthy of exile?